There we go. Hey, Coach Bryant.
Hey, Coach Bryant, how are you?
Good. What's up? What's up, everybody? It's 9 o'clock. I hope y'all missed us.
Oh, what did my man say?
It's been two
No.
weeks.
What did he say? Did you miss me?
Did you miss me? Oh, yeah. That was from the Barnell.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Did you miss me?
Did you miss me?
Did you miss me?
So what's up, everybody? I got to glare in my glasses. So what's up, everybody? So welcome to Hits and Heels. My name is Coach Terry Bryant. This is my husband, Coach Bryant. If this is your first time tuning in, I am a football coach, and this man made me a football coach for the first time. And because of that, another one of my female friends was coaching football, and our conversations became pretty deep. So we decided to create Hits and Heels to kind of piggyback on some of those conversations that we have from a women's perspective. But we also are sponsored by the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame. So we like shedding a light to legends, especially here. By the way, we live in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Kentucky Wildcats. My husband is a former Kentucky football alum and a graduate of Kentucky, and our son is presently number 14 starting safety for the University of Kentucky, Ty Bryant. And today I don't ever have an agenda unless I have a guest on, and then I might have some questions so that you guys can showcase them. But today we just gonna bring y'all the news because we never have a script. Because we don't ever have a script. We have no idea what we're gonna talk about.
I mean, I know we have a little idea, but we don't discuss it with each other.
We don't discuss it with each other. Yeah, we have not talked about what we're gonna talk about. And I did make some notes, but we don't have a script on what we're gonna do and what we're gonna talk about.
Correct.
Where do you want to start, Coach Bryant?
Well, golly.
Tomorrow's games? Or the first game tomorrow?
The first game tomorrow is who and who?
Penn State and Notre Dame.
Go Irish.
7:30. Is that who you got?
Go Irish. I mean, I've been saying it for how many weeks?
How many years?
Go Irish.
Okay.
It's going to be an interesting game because of the concept of both teams. Penn State's going to come power.
Their offense is good, and then Notre Dame's defense is good.
Yeah, and vice versa. I mean, they got outstanding players on both sides of the ball. It should be a very good game.
It should be a good game.
I'm
gonna be disappointed if it's not.
Okay. You're gonna be
disappointed if it's not. At this point, we shouldn't have no blowout. We shouldn't have no blowout,
right?
No.
As long as it don't affect me, I'm good.
None of our teams is playing, so I could care less who win or not. But I do want to say, and this is probably, we never do anything controversial on our show. You said, I said our show, like that, our show. Since we never do anything controversial on our show, I do like that. Look at this one right here. Only thing on our show.
Is he coming on?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring him on. I know he's busy, but
I'll be in the building.
What up, Ty Bryant?
What's up, Ty Bryant?
What's up, man? I'm chilling.
Hey, so who you got tomorrow, Notre Dame? And we just popped on. So we were just starting for yesterday's game. Who you got for tomorrow, Penn State or Notre Dame?
Wow. I don't know. I'm going Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
All right.
Okay. And who you got between Texas and Ohio State?
Texas.
Say it, FCC.
Anyway, what you been up to, Coach Ty Bryant?
That's me, man.
Yeah,
what
we
you
know
think?
that.
Say it again.
Coach Ty Bryant.
What are you doing? You're moving. Oh, okay. You give me a headache. Thank you. So tomorrow, what is from your perspective as a college player, watching some games, because we as the University of Kentucky, and yourself definitely as the University of Kentucky, did not go to a bowl game. So my question on the floor, Ty Bryant, is what would be the turning point of the Penn State Notre Dame game from your perspective? Where do you go?
Where did you go?
I'm right here.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's Penn State's defense versus Notre Dame's offense. Obviously, Notre Dame, they got a good defense too, but I don't know. I feel like if they can shut down if Penn State can shut down Notre Dame's offense, then they should be fine.
Okay. So your first prediction was Notre Dame.
Yeah, I know. I said that.
Oh, okay.
But,
so
no, I still do feel like it's Penn State's defense versus Notre Dame's offense, but I feel like if Notre Dame's offense can have a few explosives and score, then they should be fine.
So how do and staying on that, how does they stop their offense? How do they? I mean, what would you do as a coach and as a player?
I really couldn't tell you because I mean I've watched the games, but I don't watch the games like evaluating film. I kind of just watch it as an enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? So right. I mean I know they got a strong run game, but I don't watch the games as I'm breaking down film and watching it just to chill and relax. So I mean I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Well, and so
you just talked about breaking down film. I want to go. Let's go back to just you playing. What would be the key to breaking down? What is the biggest key to you for breaking down film?
I mean, every team has tendencies they like to do. Every team has an identity, and they like to do what they want to do. You know what I mean? So understanding formations, down and distance, that helps a lot. And I mean, that's really the main thing when it comes to down to breaking down film.
Have you been in a game where you saw something that was clear, in a game, and you was able to make a play because you saw it so far ahead of time?
That happens. I mean, I think more for me though, I don't like to go out there thinking, so I kind of just play. But I know like Zion, number 11, he's really big on like calling stuff out before it happens during the game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like I might see something, I might not say it just because like for instance, when I shot that gap and had the TFL against Georgia, it was that situation. I recognized the formation and I told myself if it's that play, then I'm gonna go make a play. And that's what I did. But I wasn't saying anything pre-snap. I wasn't saying anything pre-snap because I just don't be doing that.
Gotcha. Okay, so with you being one of the leaders coming up this season, will you be more vocal? Like take over that role that Zion had?
Probably not. Of course, I'm gonna be more vocal in terms of just the team, but I don't think I'm gonna be more vocal and like calling stuff out like that because like I even dating back to high school, I wasn't like that. So
okay.
Honestly, I mean, I can sit here and tell you, but honestly, it's probably not gonna happen. So
okay. Well, your sister said that she breaks down to you every Sunday.
We do something like that. We do something like that. A little Sunday recap about the week.
Since we got a family affair on here today.
What's up, baby girl?
What's up, Jay? What's up, Jay? Ty's big sis.
So, how you feeling about your two best friends in college? Because your number one best friend on the team was Dan Key. So how you feeling about where both of your boys have went? If you want to tell everybody where they both went.
So Kamari Anderson, number 15, he was a tight end. He's going to Arizona State. And then Anthony Brown-Stevens, number 5, receiver. He is going to Tulane. But I'm excited for him.
Oh, absolutely.
Better opportunity for them. And I just hope that, the move is everything and more that they wanted. You know what I mean? So, but I was telling them the other day when we was chopping it up like that it was a blessing just meeting them. And I remember my dad used to always tell me, when you go to college, you're going to meet people that you're even closer with than, your friends now in high school. And I mean, honestly, I didn't believe them, but I got there, met them too. Obviously, we went in early. All three of us did. So we got to bond and form a connection then. And then after that, it's like you know, it was real. It was real. My dad said I formed a connection with them, and it's up there. It's definitely up there. So, you know, I'm praying for them, hoping everything works well for them. And I mean, at the end of the day, I just hope it's not the last time that we can reunite the team. So.
Right. Well, I just know this a little bit about the bonding thing and male bonding and friendship, total friendship, because I've got that when I went to college and high school. And you've got that as well, and I just saw when certain things happen in your life, they were there. You know, Major losing a good friend a year ago, and I watched them be there. It has nothing to do with sports, had to do with off the field. And that's where our love came toward them, because we really didn't know them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was pretty cool. So at Tulane, you know, so that means you're gonna be on Bourbon Street sooner or later. Keep an eye on that.
What are you talking about? Oh, you talking about because it's
Yeah.
It clicked, but nah.
I'm on my way to New Orleans.
What you said, Pops, that's real. What you said. Yeah, when I ended up losing a friend, it was like when I called them and told them what's up, they no hesitation. They shot downstairs to my car, and they, you know, it was cold day out there that day too. So like they really didn't have to. They knew, you know, it was cold out there to begin with, but they did, and they stuck with me the whole time. And I don't know. It's just like obviously. I got a lot of close friends here and stuff like that, but you know, but the bond that we had and connection that we had, you know, I would think if I know no better, I would think I've known them my whole life, just because like
Right.
The character that they show me when like I needed them the most, or you know what I'm saying, just little things like that.
Mm-hmm. And that's what friends do. That's what true friends.
Definitely. They definitely real friends. They real people. You know what I'm saying? They genuine real people. So yeah, I like that for sure.
I love it.
That's good. So my auntie Mary Preston is on, and she's saying hello, and she says that she loves us all. So shout out Auntie Mary.
I love you, Auntie Mary.
Well, okay. So the second game.
Oh, so the second game. So what do you think? Texas barely beat Arizona State. That was a tough game. So what do you think about Texas and Ohio State?
I don't know, because I feel like that game, like, I've watched both teams play, like, real deal, watched them. Obviously, I played against Texas, so I know what comes to the table when it comes to them, what they bring to the table. But I don't know. I feel like both of them got good defenses. Both of them got good offenses. Like, it's really going to be – it's going to be a showdown for sure. It's going to be a showdown. But, I mean, it's way better than watching, you know, teams get blown out. So, I like that. Yeah. I couldn't really tell you.
No blowouts.
Yeah, same. I can't really tell you why I think Texas is gonna win. I mean, it's not really even SEC bias or anything like that, but it's just I just feel like they're gonna win, you know? Like, and probably more like because I end up playing against them. So I wouldn't call that SEC bias. I would just call it my experience. So
yeah. So how does in your opinion, and using your words, if you played against them, but you how does Texas defense, as you sit on the sideline and watch Texas defense go against our offense at UK? How does they stop those receivers?
are you asking how they stopped our receivers?
No, their receivers, because they got three receivers.
Yeah, they do got really good receivers, but I don't know, just they're gonna have to have something in the game plan. I don't know, like more like when I'm watching. So obviously I break down their offense, but on game days, on Saturdays, when I'm over there and I'm watching the offense on the field, you know, the camera there really follows like the big screen. It follows the ball, so I'm not paying attention too much to like what the DBs and stuff like are doing. I'm just trying to see where the ball is. Do we get the first down? Do we not? You know what I mean? So,
right. Not how, but we got it. Right.
But
yeah, okay.
About the NFL games.
What about the NFL games? Who you got?
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
You popped over the NFL game. We can do that. Hey, we got the Vikes and the Rams.
Who you got?
The Vikings. Shout out Lil Mally.
Give a shout out. Lil Mally is his nephew. that is a Vikings fan. I don't know where that came from. It's because his dad,
Justin Jefferson.
his
Yeah,
dad,
Justin Jefferson.
fan.
Now, actually, the way he started becoming a Vikings fan was he liked the Lakers, obviously, because LeBron and the Vikings had the same colors as the Lakers.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
that's why
Okay.
he became a Vikings fan. And then Jettis came into the league and took over, and now he loves him some Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I was at the Vikings game and ran into them. What are the chances of that? As big as that stadium is,
Yeah,
and
that's
all the
crazy.
people that were there, they were on their way out, and I just happened to be sitting close to them, and you got the chance to see them on the way out. We was both all at that game.
That's
Well, I
crazy.
love it. All right, then we got Washington and Tampa Bay.
I got Washington.
You got Washington, okay, based on their quarterback, their offense.
I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna win. Obviously, Ed Daniels, he's been taking the league by storm.
Yes.
He's my favorite for Rookie of the Year. No questions asked.
Yeah,
But,
I agree.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Washington, they're good and they can get hot and they can get the ball rolling. Like, they're not bad. You know what I mean? So it just happened to be the Eagles are in the same division, so that's why they didn't get, the 1 seed or the East.
And speaking of the Eagles, they take on the Packers. So who you got?
The Eagles.
You're gonna take the Eagles on that one, all right?
Yep.
Now is Hurts cleared to play this game, right?
Yes.
He
yes,
is.
he got. Yeah, he is playing.
Okay.
But it's actually been 3 weeks since he's actually took a snap. And I don't. I'm just saying that's tough. That's tough. But okay, with that said, whoa, breaks. Who you got? Vikings, Rams. That'll be you.
Vikings.
Okay, Washington, Count.
Washington.
Pack.
Eagles. Packs the Eagles. Eagles.
Taking the Eagles. Okay, now we can move on.
Hold on. Time out. Auntie Mary, you the best. Man, you the best.
We call you.
Auntie Mary, that's how you the best. Keep going. You're good.
Oh, I was like, what? I didn't read that. Sorry, Auntie. I didn't read that. Okay. Then we go into the AFC. That's going to be interesting. And don't forget, everybody, that Detroit.
I'm going for Detroit.
Detroit Lions got a bye, so they will wait.
Shout out Deontay Simpson.
Yeah, shout out to Detroit. All right, and the Chargers and Texans. Who are you taking?
Chargers.
Taking the Chargers. On that one, I'm going to Texans. I think that Harbaugh and the Chargers did a very good job, but smoke and mirrors. So, and the next we have, which maybe it could be a close game or it could be a blowout, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens.
And the Ravens gonna dog walk them boys.
Dog.
It's gonna be a blowout.
I don't really think it's gonna be a blowout, but I feel like it's gonna be one of those games where it's like the score is not going reflect how bad really the Ravens just got this game in the hand.
Okay.
All right. And Devin Keys takes on the Buffalo. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Broncos. Devin Keys with the Broncos is taking on the Buffalo Bills and the Mafia.
Listen, everybody in the world know that's family. That's family. The Key family. They're like another family to me. Real talk.
That's family.
But I'm going to have to go with the Bills, man.
Yeah, Josh Allen is
family, though. I love them all. Every last one of everybody in the Key family.
Absolutely. Because on your bye week, we were already looking to go to Maryland.
Yeah, you tell me that to go see Dan.
To go see Dan. Yeah.
Yeah. That's happening. That's not even if what's buts about it. And then don't forget the Chiefs has got the bye. So all this said and turn and moving forward and who plays who and who plays what, Ty Bryant, is who's winning the Super Bowl?
I mean, honestly,
from the beginning.
The Lions is nice. I want the Ravens. I really do. Like, I would love Lamar. Like, it's obviously him and Josh Allen are in the MVP race and stuff like that. And the MVP cool, but I want that boy to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, so, I do too.
I want to win the Super Bowl, so I want the Ravens to win. But The Lions are nice, man. Like the Lions are really.
I love that. I love that. So, I mean, if we stay with is that okay? Stay with the NFL.
Oh, Jay said the Chiefs.
She had the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl.
Jay said the Chiefs.
Well, I want to stay in the NFL. That's okay. And stay in the NFL. MVP. We got Joe Burrow, 4,641 yards, 42 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Lamar Jackson, 3,955 yards, 39 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Golly, that's not a lot of interceptions. And then Joshua Allen, 3,549 yards and 26 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Who is
Saquon Barkley's not in there?
No, he wouldn't be in there. Who would be your MVP?
If I'm being honest, my vote would go to Lamar. But I think Joe Burrow, I don't know. It's either between Joe or Lamar because like I seen something. I can't tell you exactly what it was, but something happened. Like Joe is one of like quarterbacks in history to have like 4,000 yards. Like he led the league in passing yards, led the league in passing touchdowns. But it's just unfortunate that they just weren't good this year. You know what I'm saying? So
actually, they just started late because they actually had won their last 5 games until. Actually, they won their last 5.
They won their last 5. They didn't make the playoffs.
And they just didn't make the playoffs because Kansas City choked on that game.
Well, is that what
they tanked the game on purpose? And somebody else
won too.
Mm-hmm.
It was based on KC.
They had to get the Dolphins and the Broncos both had to lose for them to get in, and both of them.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Well, in my thing, what I agree. I think Burrows, for one reason, it is the MVP. And there's no question your team is 500 or above 500. And then the next thing you know, 4,641 yards passing. And you score 42 touchdowns. And your defense,
oh, that sounds familiar.
Hey, I wonder who is Jared Mayo. The Patriots coach, why didn't the Bengals defensive guy get fired?
I don't know why the defensive coordinator for the Bengals hasn't gotten fired.
I mean, you think about that. You throw for 4,600 plus yards, 40 plus touchdowns, if you will, 42 touchdowns. That is amazing stats, and y'all two can vouch. You as the wife, you as the son, I don't give a dang about offense, but that's impressive.
Yeah,
that is very impressive.
Yeah,
that is very impressive.
And Katricia says she got the Ravens.
Who got the Ravens?
Katricia got the Ravens.
Got the Ravens to win it all.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you who I'm gonna pick.
And there's my girl Stacy. Stacy's a Cleveland fan.
What's up,
Stacy? We just got off of our other podcast. Who did you say you got for the Super Bowl? I don't remember.
All I know is I'm gonna surprise all of y'all.
Okay, who you got?
I'm telling you, you're gonna win it. I'm telling you, you're gonna win it. All right. I know y'all gonna be shocked. Shocked.
You finna say some nonsense.
That's crazy, ain't he?
Hey man, calm that down, man.
Something crazy.
Calm it down. Regardless, whatever we do, I love my boys. For now, don't ever get it twisted.
Oh, Stacy said she got the Lions and the Bills. Yeah, Ty said the Lions too.
No, I'm not saying nothing crazy. I think here's the only problem with the Detroit Lions. They've got a lot of injuries. They got a lot of injuries on defense.
They do, but I mean, like they still.
They got a lot. And they would have injuries the other day to win the division. They got guys going out. And I'm sorry, you got to play big dogs. You ain't playing teams with 2 wins with the backups. You got to come, you got to play the Vikings, the Rams, Washington, Tampa Bay, the Packers, the Eagles. And, Ty and Terry, there's a reason why. there's a reason why they're in the playoffs. And the other teams, the other plus teams are not.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get away with that beating the 49ers with all those injuries because they're not, wasn't good with our injuries. But I don't know. I just think it's going to be very hard if they don't get a lot of those guys back. Terry?
But
I agree. I mean, I think both of our teams we lost our quarterback. Our whole secondary was out.
And your team was just terrible with no injuries.
We did that on purpose.
y'all
was trying to get that first round draft pick.
Yeah,
sorry. You got the third.
Listen. I get what you're saying, Dad, but they just played the Vikings for the NFC North Championship, and they beat them.
But you plan on, you can win some games and you can keep people. And I go back, and I know this is not the NFL. I go back to Frederick Douglass. I go back when y'all blowing teams out and your second unit comes in. And your second unit did what they're supposed to do. Okay, because they don't have to be there for the beginning and be there for the shine. And you can step in if somebody's already put the plate out and they already got the food laid out. And you can take credit for Cracker Barrel food because you didn't cook it. But then if you step there and you got to cook it, that's a different story. Now those secondary guys, 2 weeks off, we got film. We know we're going to play Detroit. We're watching film on Detroit 2 weeks in advance and hoping we get this win and play Detroit. Now, there's a reason why they're number 2 and showing that they can cook the food.
Listen, whoever play Detroit in the next round, they better not watch no film on Detroit. They need to watch film on whoever they got, all right?
No, I said both. Yeah, everybody watches both. Why are you munching on the TV?
I was gonna say I'll join back later, but we was in the middle.
That's okay. You have to join us. I'm good. I'm just messing. I get the fortunate to drink, my juice, the cranberry. You want some? Yeah, it's good stuff. Cranberry.
Martina, I hope the Ravens win the Super Bowl as well. I just want the Ravens to win. Because I want Jackson to get the MVP and I want him to win the Super Bowl. Going to get it out the way. So everybody can just stop with the whole stereotyping of black quarterbacks.
Well, I don't think it's the black quarterback to me. It's you are judged, but his stats and his numbers going to be like Dan Marino when God finishes him. Dan Marino, one of the top quarterbacks in the history of the NFL that never won a Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. Dan Marino is Dan Marino without the Super Bowl ring. I mean, everybody that's my age down or my age up that saw Dan Marino throw a football, he was amazing. Number 13 for the Miami Dolphins. He was an amazing quarterback. Duper, Clayton made them. Mark Higgs played for the former roommate at the University of Kentucky, played. And winning the Super Bowl is the icing, but it's not the icing to me.
And I think it's just redemption for him. When it just, when it just
like that.
When it just goes back to him being the last pick in the first round, and he was laying his head down with his mama, and then the Ravens finally pick him, and then I think it just goes back to that because everybody that wanted him to move, change positions, and become a running back or a wide receiver or something instead of him being a quarterback.
They want him to be
more than that too, though, because remember a few years ago when he was trying to get his contract. Well, this is last year, going into the 2023 season, and he had announced that he had asked the Ravens to trade him, and nobody came after him. Nobody.
Yeah,
that too.
Right. And what they wanted was to make him Slash. And that's Stewart, who played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He played receiver, he played running back, he played quarterback. And that's what they wanted. But, he's a quarterback. He's proven it. When he was at Louisville, I'm sorry. When he was at Louisville, we were over our good friend's house, the Scotts. and he was slinging that ball around. And I said, guys, this guy can throw a football. And everybody was like, well, he runs the ball. I said, guys, this baby can throw.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm saying
He's
that from
talented.
a defensive person standpoint. I mean, he's very blessed. He's very talented. And
He reminds me of Michael Vick.
yes,
Better than Michael.
definitely. And that's high praise. Michael Vick is definitely high praise. You know. So what do you also, if we stay in the NFL before we move and we'll go to the drafts and all that good stuff. What do you think about your former running back sitting out, and he's basically 100 yards away from breaking the all-time rushing record from Eric Dickerson, 2,105, and he ends up with 2005. All he needed was 100 yards or 101 yards to break it, and decided not to play in the game. Do you agree with that? Well, it's not a point of agreeing with it. Do you understand why he did it? I guess that's the.
I don't agree with it. I don't know. Obviously, we don't know the real scoop, but I don't know. I feel like maybe it was all his decision, but in my mind, it was a coach's decision too. I feel like if they would have had a bye going into the playoffs, then he probably would have, but they didn't. But I seen LaShawn McCoy talk about it, and what he said, it was really like, I was like, oh, dang. He was talking about how, like, the Giants let him go. They let him walk, and God don't make mistakes. And he had the chance to set the record on the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So LaShawn
Right.
was talking about, you know, he hopes to play. But yeah, I feel like he should have played, you know. Obviously, he wants to win a Super Bowl. Never had the opportunity. But it's like you never know if you have an opportunity to break the record again either. So.
Well, go ahead.
Right. I mean, I agree. I mean, I'm torn because selfishly, you want someone to break the record. Records are made to be broken, and very seldom do you get that opportunity to be able to break a record. So I would like even in Tampa Bay when Liam threw the ball to Evans so that he could break break Jerry Rice's record at the last play of the game. You know, that was huge because he may not ever have that opportunity to be able to break that record again. You just never know.
He definitely not going to have an opportunity. Like every year, he's been in the league for 11 seasons, and he's got 1,000 yards each season. So he ain't got to let him know. He definitely don't want him. So,
well, and I'm with both of you on that. I thought they would give him at least. I'm gonna limit you to this many carries in the first half. If you know, it's sort of like the same thing. I will never forget Baltimore running back. Baltimore Henry's playing somebody, and all of a sudden Henry breaks a 70-yarder or 80-yarder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's Barkley. He could break that 70-yarder in one run. He doesn't have to carry the ball 20 times to get 100 yards because he's got that capability. That's because I go back to the same thing, like Ty and you, Coach, has said. To me, having the opportunity to do something has nothing to do with money. They're already rich. They already got, I mean, that's just extra money for the great kids.
Yeah, like you said, it was a $3 million catch, but it's just being in the record book.
It's being in the record book of doing something that's special because eventually you're going to stop playing this game. And if you are competitive, if you have the chance to have your name
etched in the record books.
I mean, that's a fact.
Yes.
I mean, you know, one of the greatest quarterbacks that I thought of all times, he didn't make a record book, was way back in the day, was Burt Jones, that played for the Baltimore Colts. Okay, he's one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen, but he had injuries. So he had a chance to break a record, and I forget what record that was, or tie it. And then all of a sudden they took him out. Nobody knows who the heck he is. Not to saying they're going to do that about Barkley. But with that said, is when you have the opportunity to do something which is once in a lifetime, and I mean that, once in a lifetime, because God gives you one life. And you need to, if you have a chance to do something special, which God has blessed him to do, I just think he should have had an opportunity to do it. And it was probably his choice. I might question him or anything the Eagles doing, but I just know that it's special to be when you're done playing 5 to 10 years after to say, and I think in a way I wanted him to beat him because Dickerson didn't want him to beat it.
Eric is mad about him.
He was happy. He was happy he didn't play.
Yeah, he was happy he didn't play because he does not want. He's mad because he was like, he does not want his record broken because then he'll become irrelevant. Because every time you talk about the record, his name comes up. So then now it'll be Saquon Barkley or somebody else whenever the records get broken. So everybody wants to stay relevant. Kind of reason why a big thing that we do on our podcast. We like able to bring on legends so that they can stay relevant. So that's what we do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. We love bringing on legends and reintroducing them to the world because nobody has heard from them in years.
Right. Well, and then people, when they're playing the game, when you play the game, you think it's always going to be that. And it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been many that played before you, many that's played like before me, and after me. And you feel like that you're going to always be that. But when you get a chance to do that, you want that chance. And that's just me. And that's just me.
Did you see what Mr. Albert said that you remind him of Boris Chestnut?
Yeah, I've seen that. I just don't know.
Okay, you remember what's the movie? The Best Man? And he played the football player?
I never seen that movie.
Boys in the Hood.
Oh my goodness. Boys in the Hood.
The Boys in the Hood.
We gotta take your black card.
Hey, the one that's run, the one that's listen to me, the one that was running and got shot.
Yeah.
Ricky. That's Ricky. That's who that is. I had to come down to you. Good. You still got your black card.
Well, you got to go see The Best Man, especially The Best Man Holiday, because he actually plays for the Giants and he's a running back for the Giants.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's about to get married and his best man comes. Great movie.
But the second one is really good because it's real touching and he breaks the running record for the Giants in that movie.
And his wife is passing away. So it's a good movie.
Yeah, don't tell him the whole movie, but yeah, but it was a good movie. It's really good. But that's who he says you remind him
you
of.
Turn your heat up, something. What's this?
Are you cold?
I'm cold. Yeah, man.
Do we need to come get my baby? Don't be over there freezing. Do I need to go buy you an electric throw? Because I got 11 of them.
I just need a little heater. We can do that. So
go get my baby a heated throw.
Well, we're moving on. We're staying in the NFL for right now. We got the NFL mock draft.
The NFL mock draft.
And right now, everything's changing and what people don't understand what my baby got.
So the Titans have the first pick.
And right now, it looks like the Ward from the University of the U, there we go, is going to take Ward, the quarterback from Miami. And then we got Sanders with the Raiders. What do you say?
Neither.
Oh, you're showing the watch?
Yeah.
Okay. And, the Giants look like they're going to take Alabama's quarterback, Nero. What do you think about that? Your boy's taking him as a quarterback. Because they've been 0 for 2 for the last 2 big picks, quarterbacks.
I'm hoping, I'll say this. I'm hoping that the Titans decide to stick with Will Levis as their quarterback and they get somebody around them. I don't want them to trade the pick. We need a quarterback. But I hope we either get Cam Ward or Dor.
You're hoping that you're hoping that they don't
Giants
that the Titans don't take Ward, that the Giants take Ward.
I'm hoping that either or, because obviously those are the top 2 quarterbacks in the draft, in this year's draft. I'm not saying that, taking anyone bad, but those are the top 2 right now. So,
Okay. All right, I like that. And Michigan, the Patriots has the next pick after that. They're taking the deep tackle. This is what I'm impressed with Michigan. And they got two kids. They got Johnson, who's a cornerback in Michigan, go blue. They got a cornerback in Michigan, and they had a lot of players that go off to the NFL last year, and they had a lot. And they got two kids that may be picked in the top 10. That is very
impressive.
That's very impressive.
Michigan did?
Yeah, they've got the kid that Graham, who's a D tackle, and also Johnson, who's a cornerback for Michigan. Looks like he may be going to the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And that is impressive. I don't care what anybody says. That's impressive.
That's a lot of,
because the year before they won the national title, they sent a lot of guys into the NFL, mm-hmm. and that was very impressive.
Ozone said, "Go blue, go blue."
Yeah, go blue. And
hey, cousin Sam, Happy New Year.
And then we're looking at the Jaguars, taking the Heisman Trophy winner, and they are looking for him as of right now. The GM said they're looking for him just to play cornerback.
And not both sides.
Not both as of right now.
I guarantee his agent will negotiate him going someplace if he chooses to want to play both sides, so that he could play both sides.
Because he's eligible to come back.
That's what I'm saying. He has another year, and if he doesn't get what he wants, I can see him coming back.
You can't do that.
Huh?
You can't do that.
Why? He's already already.
When you declare for the draft,
he's already declared, so he can't come back.
Yeah, so you can't come back.
Okay.
Well, it's a deadline. So right now, if he declared for the draft, but he decided to come back, he could do that. But it's a deadline where you have to either play, either decide to go the college route, the NFL. So
okay.
Well, that would go back,
and then be like, I'm going back to college.
No, but that would go back to what you said.
Yeah, because
his agent's going to do that.
But I heard if you don't get an agent and you declare from the draft, you can come back. That used to be the rule, so I don't know if they didn't change the rule.
No.
I know, and then there's a deadline. I don't know what the deadline is.
Right, but the deadline's not today.
Right.
So his agent is talking. If they already know if the 49ers want Ty Bryant knows it way before we know it, because they're figuring out, okay, you can draft me, but am I going to sign with you? That's what people don't understand about the NFL draft. You can draft me all you want, but if you're not going to meet then don't draft me, because I'm not going to sign.
No, I get what you're saying, but he's not coming back.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, Ozone said the deadline is 5 days after the final. Thanks, Ozone.
Thank you, Ozone. Go Niners. Okay, I cannot say his last name. How you say his last name?
Oh, Ashton Genty.
No, yeah. Yes, that's not Genty.
Is that the one from
what's his last name?
Right here.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I can't read your writing. I'm sorry, baby.
It's all right.
I have no idea, because I have no idea what that says.
Scouton. He's the edge rusher for Texas A&M. That's who the Cowboys.
Yeah, I have no idea.
That's who the 49ers are looking to take. And then also the Cowboys are looking to take as their number one pick as of right now, Ohio State's receiver.
Wide receiver?
No, they need some playmakers, Ross. They
need some playmakers. You just got rid of Zeke. So who you replacing that running back?
But Zeke wasn't good. He was just there. They brought him back just to bring him back. Where's he going? Looking to go to the Jets?
Who?
Zeke. Right?
He went to the Chargers.
Okay, I don't know who he went to.
Oh, I didn't know you did.
Yeah.
He went to the Chargers.
It's the Cowboys. Nobody.
Sorry, team. Now he's trying to go win him a ring.
I'm sorry.
And I don't blame him.
Well, I don't know.
I got a question.
Ty, when you get drafted in a few years, where would you like to play?
It's cliche, but I don't care. I really don't. I just won't.
As long as you make it.
As long as I make it. When I was younger, if I'm being honest, I'm going to Arizona. That's a nice spot to land, or anywhere just down south. But
You said you don't want to play in the.
I want to go somewhere down south. And when I was younger, I wanted to go to the Saints. Why? I don't know. I could just see myself like playing for the Saints. So, but yeah,
I can see you playing for the
49ers.
Bengals. So the Bengals like recruiting Kentucky players in Cleveland. And the whole point is that we've got 2 more years at University of Kentucky, and we'll let it lay where it lays. But thank you for answering the question, because it's a legit question.
I know, great question, Mr. Brown.
Great question. Fantastic question. And Ozar said it right, 4-9.
Right. He said NFC South is all domes and warm weather.
I love it. I love it. So a lot of the top picks NFL draft. My thing is about the NFL draft is what people don't truly understand. Why is this kid going number 1? Why is this kid going number 2? This is not the NBA. This is not Major League Baseball. The NFL draft is based on who you need. If the 49ers had the number 1 pick, they're not taking a quarterback. They could have Dan Marino as the number 1 pick. He's not coming to the 49ers, because people don't understand that it's about what your need is. That's the NFL. And, if a kid is sitting in the green room longer and I've already got that need taken, I'm not going to take it. And so I'm looking to already set up a trade deal.
That's what I was going to say.
And that's it. I don't need him. And you look at the Titans, I'm like you, Ty. I don't think they need a quarterback. I really don't. I've always thought that young man Levis was good. I just think that he needs. I just think, not her. She still owe me $50.
Let me cash at you this $50.
Yeah, I don't have a cash app. Just go to the bank. Yeah, she owe me 50. Because I told her that the young man can play. I know talent. He is an unbelievable quarterback, great young person. And I just think that sometimes you need something else.
Yeah.
What made the Ravens better? They got Henry.
Yes.
And it took a lot of pressure off.
It took a lot. Yes, absolutely. Because he's not the only one. You got 2 runners.
And what made Buffalo better? They got rid of Diggs. And now you got these scrappy little receivers that can just irritate you. Kansas City Chiefs is the same thing. They got a lot of those scrappy receivers that ain't getting paid. Win a championship with them, you're in good shape. The Cowboys must be what?
Oh my God. The Cowboys must use the draft to restore the history, and they must hit big and find a viable quarterback to replace that.
It makes too much money.
When's his contract up? Because Lord have mercy, it's not fast enough.
So, but anyway, what did Stacy say?
Oh, Stacy said, Coach Terry, he will never be broke as long as you can, as long as you owe him.
Yeah, that's not funny.
That is funny. Thanks, Stacy. That's what I say too.
No, I'm not Stacy. Miss Ferguson, that's not funny. She needs to pay.
She said not fast enough. I don't know. That's funny. I don't know. So Ty, what do you think about these coaches getting fired after 1 year?
I think it is. I mean, yeah, I feel like it's crazy, but everybody, they want now mentality. If you can't do that, it's on. But in 1 year,
I mean, even Bill Belichick had made I saw a video that he did, and he talked about how when he went from an assistant coach to a head coach, just all of the responsibility that was on him that he had no idea that he had going from an assistant coach to a head coach? I mean, even you, Coach Bryant, you were an assistant coach for how many years before you became a head coach?
Many.
And how much did it change as far as the responsibility and stuff that was in take? And did you expect all that responsibility when you went to a head coach?
Well, you see it, and expect is yes, because you see it. It wasn't like he never coached and then he became a head coach. He could see the responsibility. If you choose, like, you can see everything that I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have to do as a coach, and you are willing to take on that responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like things where you don't truly understand in that fire.
What'd you say? There's truly thing you didn't understand what now?
I feel like it's one of those things where you truly don't understand until you get thrown in that fire.
Oh, I agree. And then it's overwhelming. But to me, neither one of those teams had a quarterback. Even you just said that. Ozone just said that. None of those coaches had quarterbacks.
What's that?
None of those coaches had quarterbacks. You didn't have a quarterback in New England, and you didn't have a quarterback in Las Vegas.
Well, I don't know. I don't ever. Where'd he go?
He's there.
No, I never in my mind understand how you get rid of a coach in 1 year, because the hardest thing to do in 2025/24, backwards 24/25, is getting your team to see it from your perspective. There's no coach that's came in and said, like Pope is doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
At UK.
But I think he's doing a great job because he had a whole team. You didn't have a whole core of players that you have to reprogram with a whole new system.
Well,
like everybody is learning the system at the same time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas
but he had it a little tougher, Coach, because it's sort of like when kids come to Crawford Middle School.
Mm-hmm.
They've been coached by 5 different coaches,
right.
and
we always got to reprogram them.
You got to reprogram them, which is hard to do. So if you're at the NFL level, you're dealing with a person with a mortgage and a person with this and a person with that.
That's hard.
4 kids, 5 kids, divorce, dating. You're dealing with a lot of grown folk stuff, and it's going to take you a while, because I don't care what great coach you think about. If you even think about the great legend who went to North Carolina, if you put him on the pedestal, he didn't come in the NFL.
His first year.
Well, he didn't come in when he coached at, which one he did first, Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Okay, he wasn't.
Stacey, wasn't he up there with you? Stacey said he was sorry when he was a coach,
right,
at Cleveland.
And I just think that, and then I see the owner on TV saying, "I'm sorry, I put him in a bad situation." What situation? Give him time.
You didn't give him time.
You didn't give him time. I don't care what nobody says. You cannot be a coach. You cannot be a coach.
Everybody it's a microwave society, and even these owners wanting everything right now, and you can't. You have to give it time.
Me personally, I think the owner knows who he wants as his coach,
and he wasn't available at that time.
He wasn't available at that time,
and now he's available.
I don't care. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, because you don't make that type of decision if he was handpicked.
Right.
If I handpicked Ty Bryant to be my coach,
yes,
I'm gonna give Ty Bryant the benefit of the doubt.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the
doubt because I handpicked him.
But can we talk about something that's really, really controversial that I really don't like talking on my page? Is how hard it is being a Black coach, and your leash is this long.
Yeah, that's a fact. And the bad part about being a Black coach, if you don't have the backing from the people above,
right?
I mean, it's already tough as against you as an officials. They look at certain things. I don't care what anybody tells you. That's a fact.
Yes.
They look at certain situations, and then all of a sudden you don't get love from people above you. It makes it even tougher. So I feel for him, man.
Oh, he wants Babel, that came from the Titans.
Oh, thank you. Did Mr. Brown say that?
Ozone said that. I think that's what he said. No, Mr. Brown talked about the Rooney Rule. which we know is put in place to make it look like that they're trying to be fair, and it's not.
But the rule is I have to give a minority a chance. That's
interview.
An interview, a chance.
That's not even a chance. It's just an interview.
Well, it is a chance because
it sound
if I don't interview you, you don't have a chance.
That's true.
So my point is, it's a chance.
You're right, Coach Bryant.
It's a chance. It doesn't mean I want you. It just means, oh, look who I interviewed.
That's it.
Look who I interviewed. And I use the word chance loosely because it sounds good. I interviewed him. He didn't say what I wanted him to say. Okay, I can interview 10 white coaches and they can say the greatest thing on this earth, but all of a sudden I take Ty Bryant. I interviewed Ty and I said, how's your day? And Ty says, good. I interviewed you. His day was good. And I hired because that's who I want.
Yeah, going through the motion.
And I feel like the Patriots, and there's no question in my mind, that's what they did. I mean, somebody's got to tell me something different, but you don't use the word I handpicked.
And then fire him a year later.
You don't use that word in your press conference.
And then even all the stuff that they talked about, even with Las Vegas's coach, he took over the season. They ended the season really, really well. Now he puts in his system, and you don't give him a chance to run his own system. You give him 1 year.
Right. I mean, I would have a hard time if I took over a system.
If you were to take over Frederick Douglass system or Bryant Station system or Henry, would you have a hard time?
I would have a hard time putting my system in, the way I run my defense, to how my practices are done, how everything needs to be done the way I feel fit that it needs to be done. And then all of a sudden I get 1 year because the biggest blessing, I can't wait till next year because now that's already in them. I mean, that's already in them. I remember with Ty Bryant, and I go to baseball.
Yeah, that first year
coaching him in baseball, we upset some teams, but we wasn't good. But everybody was returning, and I said we're gonna be good
next year
because now I don't have to teach 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
All I gotta do is bring up one. They know what 1, 2, 3 is. Now I teach 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
And that's coaching.
And they already knew the little stuff, how to run on and off the field and all the little fundamentals.
Right.
You didn't have to reteach all that.
It's like now at corporate.
We don't have to reteach a lot of that.
We don't teach that because they mimic the older guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's all about. Is older guys needs to come in, and where if a coach says something to an older guy, something's wrong.
Yes.
He should never have a conversation with an older guy. When the Patriots coach went in, he said, no, we're stretching like this. We're doing it like this. So now you got to get the older guys in. Now the next year, if you're back as a head coach, now the older guys going, no, we stretch like this.
Yeah, we do it this way.
We do it this way. And that's what leadership is on every level.
Don't y'all have that at Kentucky?
Mm-hmm.
Older guy.
Older guy.
Y'all got any questions for me?
Next season, you're the old hand. How that's feeling?
Y'all got more questions for me?
No, you ready to go? You can go. You can go. You look sleepy. You can go. I feel like you got that itis.
All right, y'all. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Love y'all.
Hold on, where my dog at?
Downstairs.
Don't call.
Please don't call.
Shadow, what? Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Love y'all.
Thanks for coming on.
Love you, son.
Love you too.
All right, Yankee. So, I mean, thanks, Todd.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. But Mr. Brown hit it dead on the nose. He said to him, it's an insult and an appeasement to satisfy those that question the equality in a league dominated by Black people. Like, it's 2025 and we're still dealing with this.
Well,
we're always going to keep dealing with it.
We're going to deal with it when God calls us on.
Absolutely.
And
it's unfortunate.
And it's unfortunate because, I just know since I've been a head coach, if I can go down this route,
absolutely,
it's been tough.
It's been tough.
I think one of the parents said that you make coaching look easy, and it's not easy. And you know it's not easy.
It's not easy.
I mean, I'm trying to figure this out, trying to figure that out, and all you asking people do is to help you. Because I've made a comment to some kids. Wait a second, I'm a black head coach. Why would you not give me that respect?
Yeah.
I mean, and I look at the years I've coached and all the years I've done it, I've earned it. I mean, and I go back even to baseball. There's nobody, and I say this strongly, nobody's going to tell me how to coach in baseball. I learned from the best.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with black, white, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Cuban, has nothing to do with that. Republican has nothing to do with that. Coach Chandler is one of the best baseball players in the history of this game. He chose the route that he's chosen. He could have been in the major league, been a major league coach, easy. But his blessing was to come back to Lexington, coach here, influence a lot of kids, influence a lot of coaches, and everybody knows that. And who also swears by Coach Chandler, one of the top high school coaches in Lexington, and now in Clark County, in Clark County is Coach Eddie Brooks.
Mr. Brown, I think the best Kentucky player to play in the NFL is Dermontti Dawson. To me.
Well,
who is the best?
Got a jacket.
Who is the best Kentucky player to play in the NFL?
It's got to be Dirty D. He got a jacket.
He's got a jacket.
You get that jacket. Woo.
How many Kentucky players have a jacket? Couch. Does Couch have one?
No,
he just got. What did he just get
in the UK?
The UK Hall of Fame or the College Hall of Fame?
Yeah, College Hall of Fame. I said that.
Yeah, and the UK Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna be in the UK Hall of Fame.
So he's in the UK Hall of Fame, but he just got inputted to the College Hall of Fame. But
right.
But Dermontti Dawson is the best Kentucky football player.
Yeah, I thought that
of all time.
Timmy was way too long because he did a lot of things. And one of the ones that we could say on our podcast that makes sense is who I cannot believe that he is not in the UK Hall of Fame, and that is Anthony White, who was the running back during Tim Couch, but led the team in receiving yards. And I mean, again, there I am pushing because I don't understand that at all.
But again, that's the whole purpose of why we created the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame. Shout out to the Joneses because and Miss Connie, because there are so many people here in not just the state of Kentucky, Lexington. I know that, but I'm just saying because we have Lexingtonians that should have been in the Hall of Fame because there's no way that that Chris Chenault shouldn't have already been in the Kentucky Hall of Fame.
Well, we're not going there. Chenault's in. My dog.
He's in now though.
Mr. Former Henry Clay, all that. He's in. So we're happy about that. But it's like, like the University of Kentucky, I don't understand because Tim, I'm used to saying like they used to say with Duncan, Timmy.
Stacey said Tim Couch was a bust when he came to Cleveland. Girl, every quarterback y'all had at Cleveland was a bust.
He said he was a bust.
Y'all have had a new quarterback every year for the last 30 years.
But y'all did get my boy hit a lot. I'm sorry. Your offensive lineman was they were all Hispanic. Ole. Oh, Tim was gonna set height on his back. I'm just saying, maybe I'm biased. I am biased.
He was. But, I don't know what it is. I hope y'all get it together up there.
They won't.
Y'all got one of our nephews up there. Hope he gets healed. Jedrick Wills.
Yeah, he's been out for.
He's one of ours, Lexington.
He got hurt midway during the season 2 seasons ago, and he was out all this season, correct? Did we look that up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he was out all season, and there's nothing like the dog pound, and that is with back in the day, and you can relate to this, and that's your dad can and your granddad can, and that's the dog pound with our own Lexington Minifield. All right, Frank Minifield, even Mini Mike, him and Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
They were the heck of guys, and could play the game, and Cleveland was it. And I remember Officer Dow's was this big, it's a lot of Cleveland fans.
Because what was the other guy that worked with us too? The older black guy.
Tim Militant.
No, there was another one.
Well, Tim was
He worked in the library.
God, he moved to Louisville.
Yeah, he was a Cleveland fan too.
Fanatic. He wasn't really a sports person, but he was a Cleveland person. Oh my God, it'll pop in my head.
Yeah,
I can see his face.
I can see his face, but I can't think of his name.
Apologize.
But he was a huge Cleveland fan too.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. I mean, like somebody always say, people come out of the closet. They don't come out of the closet. You got to give them something to cheer about.
Right.
I mean, people ain't walking around going 2-7 and 3-7 and 4-7 and cheering about their sports program. You know, it doesn't happen that way.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm getting ready to bring another guest on. So can you talk about something real quick?
Okay, what am I talking about? Let's talk about Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this. We're going to talk real quick for the guests come on. We're going to talk about, and then you will talk about the girls and I'll talk about the boys.
Okay.
And this is top 10 basketball, because basketball season.
Oh my God.
We've hit a lot. Of football.
Are we gonna touch that as the Big Things Kentucky taking care of that? I think Big Things.
Well, I mean,
y'all need to tune in to Big Things Kentucky tomorrow. I think because they take care of all of our local high school. That's why I don't really touch on a lot of high school.
Well, I'll slip it in because we're Great Cross and Frederick Douglass is St. X is ranked number 1. Great Crossing is 2 for Frederick Douglass High School, and then also one of the players decided not to leave early and go off to college to play football is returning back to Frederick Douglass, correct?
Yes. Did we confirm that?
Yeah, to my understanding, it's confirmed.
Ozon, is he coming back? The one that said that he wasn't playing and now he's coming back. Did y'all confirm that? For sure.
Well, I got it confirmed.
Ozon is saying that Purdy got to go.
But he's not going nowhere. You said that for 2 years. I'll give you that. I will give you that. And but what I'm getting at is him coming back. Marshall County, and then Bryant Station High School. They're ranked in there. Hazard, Covington Catholic, Greene County, and Manual, and then Warren Central. And then the young ladies are
Sacred Heart, of course. GRC. Shout out to my girl Erica Jackson and my dude, D Brown, that are assistant coaches. And then you got Franklin County, Franklin Simpson, North Laurel, Madison Central, Notre Dame, Henderson County, and Jessamine County, and Corbin.
Yes.
Top 10.
But
Frederick Douglass is doing well too.
Yeah. So
we'll start. Lafayette is good too.
We'll start. Wow.
He said Purdy. Mr. Brown, you said Purdy resembles Tim Couch.
No, they both had P guns over there back in the day.
That is hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Oh, Purdy.
But Purdy could get paid.
I like how Purdy gave all of his players a Toyota Tundra.
And okay. Yeah, well, my biggest point is that a lot of players do that. They just don't put it on the press. That's what I have a problem with. You can do that. Why are you telling everybody? Just do it. I'm sorry. Because Jackson does that. He deals his lineman stuff.
But he didn't broadcast
look
it.
At what I've done.
Yeah, he wasn't like broadcasting what he did for his team.
His team, and God knows, and you know what you did, and that's all that matters to me. I don't need to do a press conference because that even goes back to like with Ty Bryant when working him out, and they were like, "Oh, your dad works you out." He goes, "Yeah, all the time. I just don't put it on Facebook."
Yeah, he said Purdy gave away the last 3 games.
4 games. 4 games. He was too busy getting married.
Okay, so we got a guest coming on. I'm gonna wait, but I want to buy some time. Coach Bryant, what do you think about junior college players getting to play 4 full years and those first 2 years not counting?
Well, I think a lot of it, to my opinion, is in some cases, in many cases, a choice that kid made to get in junior college. And there's nothing against junior college kids, but a lot of them are very talented. There's a lot of talented kids.
And sometimes they go to junior college because they don't have the grades.
It's a lot of the talented kids that's in every high school in the United States. They just don't play sports because of behavior or grades. Okay, those are choices you made not to get your grades. So you're going to give them another opportunity for 4 years. And it doesn't mean they're going to stay the 4 years because they chose not to get their grades.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I have a problem with. Because if you get your grades, the odds of you going to a junior college, unless you're just not that good, you know, you're not going to get a D1 offer anyway. But the ones getting D1 offers were D1 players. But something happened with them. I'm not criticizing it. I'm not doing that at all. But I am saying, I'm answering your question. And the question is on the floor. And that is what you think about that. And I just have a problem with that. I have a problem with 27-year-olds playing college football. I have a major problem with that. I mean, you got the the Vandy quarterback coming back. You know, I mean, he's 20, he's going to be 25. Okay, you're playing against 18-year-olds. I don't care what anybody that's a big difference. Let me get out of college at 23, but by the way, you got 2 more years.
We've had some players that had this is their 9th year.
I'm bigger, I'm stronger, and then it goes back to what is the tell? Because when Coach Burbage's son Jalen wanted to apply to stay to another year at EKU, they denied him. I'm trying to figure out what is the cry and tell of this.
Yeah,
because you know that makes no sense to me.
Because wasn't he injured?
He got injured,
and so they didn't give him a red shirt.
Maybe he didn't come back.
Oh wow,
that's it. He didn't come back, and I just, you know, to answer your question, I just have a hard time with that.
Because even the quarterback that we got coming from Kentucky, I think this is his 7th year. Next year.
I mean, I'm sorry.
I think this is getting ready to be his 7th season.
I mean, you're a professional college player. I mean, it has nothing to do with
may as well because you're paying them now.
No, but you're professional. If that was a regular student and they say, "Oh, this is my 7th year," are you dumb? Can you graduate? If that was just a regular student, right? If that's just a regular student, and they say they're in college for 7 years, you would look at them like, "What? You've been in college for 7 years?" And obviously, I hope you graduated and you got your master's in 7 years.
Right.
I mean, so what classes are you taking?
Right. What are you taking? I mean, you're getting your master's and another master's and a graduate certificate and as many certifications that you can get.
I mean, what I'm getting at is, if somebody did that, be like, okay, go get a job. I mean, move on and let young high school kids get that spot who's 17, 18, 19, that hasn't been in the college for 7 to 8 years. And at my age, I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
I just think that they're not gonna,
what's that?
I'm sorry, I don't know how I keep beating you up underneath this table. I don't know. I think that if you can play as long as you can play and they're gonna let you play, I'm gonna play as long as I can play.
Okay, but that would be the same thing in high school. I'm gonna let you play as long as you can play. I'm gonna make a rule you can play as long as you can play.
I think that high school players, if they miss a year and they're not too old and they're out for the majority of the season, they should give them a red shirt year. How about that?
Okay, but that would give them the same thing they gave them that 1 extra year. There's a big difference in you staying 5 years, okay, then you staying 7 to 8 to 9 years. That ain't the same.
But there's an age limit with high school. You can't start the season at 20.
What I'm getting at. Okay, college doesn't have that. I'm just trying to tell you, everybody that can hear my voice, imagine you in college at 26, 27 years of age. I know I got bigger and stronger when I got over 25. That grown man strength came in. Now I'm wiser, I'm smarter, I'm smoother, I'm stronger than you. I'm lifting the same weights as you, but now I got grown man strength.
Yeah.
grown man strength. And I'm just saying, whew, man, I just know if I'm 27 playing in UK, I'm a different guy. I'm that guy. 27.
You're that guy at 27.
27?
Oh yeah.
Sure, I might be Travis Hunt. I might win the Heisman.
Well, that's what we're saying, Ozan. There are kids like that because where was it at? It was in Florida, someplace where a kid was in his 9th season. 9th season. But even the quarterback that we got coming from Kentucky, I think this is getting ready to be his 7th season because he didn't play 2019, 2020.
Well, the people that makes that decision, like the kid from Vandy, the quarterback, because it's cute. He's going to stay and get NIL money. I'm not criticizing that stay because he's not going to be an NFL quarterback. That's not happening. So he's going to stay as long as he can in college, and they're going to allow him to stay. He's going to bank millions and millions of dollars. He gets finished. He's out in front of other kids that's playing football in college that's not him.
Right.
So, the other kids in college just ain't getting a lot of NIL money, gets finished from college, they got a degree, but they don't have a buffer.
Right.
They don't have a buffer. And I guess that's the perks of if you got that ability to be that outstanding. I'm just saying. I mean, I know that, Ty Bryant is looking to leave in 4 years, 3 to 4 years, and I wish he'd stayed 6 years.
Man.
But think about how a grown man is, because NFL is grown man.
Yes.
So it does get you ready for the NFL. You stay that long, you 27, you 28.
Right.
Because usually the guys in their peak, you get a few that's 23, 24, but usually you get in your peak at 25, 26, 27.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I'm in college at 25, 27.
Right.
But I'm peaking as an NFL guy at 25, 27.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes sense. No, it doesn't.
I don't know. That does.
Who are we waiting on?
Oh, I was waiting on Coach Carter, but we'll see if I give him a little more time. Okay, so this is where I got one more shout out. And hopefully we'll buy a little bit of time and Coach will come on. So North Dakota State, the alma mater of one of our best friends, the legend, Brett Palmer.
But
they have won their 10th.
No. We're not giving him that far.
But his team has won their 10th national championship in 14 years.
They don't know him.
That's a dynasty.
But they only know him by his 2 sons.
Because who are you? Ty Bryant's dad? And Terry Bryant's husband?
Wow. I'll take it. I'll live with it. I'll take it.
But the 10 national championships in 14 seasons.
That is impressive. That's like when Georgetown here in Kentucky did their thing. They won back-to-back mini championships, a lot of rings under Coach Curry. Not Coach Curry, Coach him brain maps. Coach Clary. Chloe. I'm saying his name wrong.
Okay, I don't know.
Georgetown's coach. He used to be at Master Central. I know him, and I forget. I apologize. I just messed his name up. But he did the same thing at Georgetown College here in the state of Kentucky, and that is totally impressive. Mm-hmm. Totally impressive.
Okay, so what do you think about D1 and the roster limits going to 105? How is that going to impact
going to?
Yeah, it's going down too. Because now it's unlimited, but right. It's being limited to 105.
Well, yeah, and now you're going to have best on best a lot, and there's going to be some injuries. And you might get that one couple of kids, and they're not dummies. They don't get beat up on like they did in the 80s. Mm-hmm. They did in the 80s, and every one of them was a walk-on. That's why all of the guys was on scholarship gave them mad love,
right? Because
they sacrificed a lot. They sacrificed a lot of their time and money and to be a part of the University of Kentucky when I played there, and going down to one. Now it's going to be a little different. Now, you can't just say, I want to walk on the University of Kentucky, Coach Stutes and Coach White and the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, all of them has to say, yes, that kid could help our team get better. And maybe put themselves in a position to get a full scholarship at a university somewhere.
Gotcha. So, what else I want to talk about? Oh, so the women's basketball, going back to women's basketball, they started the Unrivaled League started today, was the first day of practice. What do you think about the 3-on-3? And then it's the most lucrative contract that they have, and most of the players also have ownership in the league. It's like a 3-on-3. You know anything about it? Have you heard anything about it?
Yeah.
All your girls in it, the ones you like.
Yeah, I mean, the 3-on-3 is exciting basketball if it's male or female.
And it's a smaller court.
Well, I mean, you get to showcase what you can do off the dribble, 3-on-3. And you get to showcase a pick and roll. There's a shooter, because one person, male or female, we're not going gender here, but he or she stands over in the corner, is one-on-one, a crossover, I beat you. You got to sag. Now it shows shooting ability from the outside. I agree with Shaq on the women basketball that they don't need to lower the rim, but they need to lower it so they can dunk. Okay, and Shaq said it best. We live in a world, and you said it earlier, your word, now come on now, your word is microwave. We live in an entertainment world.
It's about entertainment.
I go to work all day, I want to be entertained. I want them to look at me and say, are you entertained? Are you not entertained?
I think the girls' game is entertaining. It is more entertaining even without the dunking. And then every once in a while, when you get a dunk, it's more thrilling because it is so rare.
But here's the whole point is every opportunity of a young lady that has some ups, it's about timing on dunking. When a male dunks, a lot of the males who dunk, it ain't about a 1, 2, 3 timing.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I'm gonna go up and dunk.
Yeah.
Because my vertical, God has blessed me stronger to jump. And that's his blessing. God blesses females a certain way, males a certain way. What makes a male who is not all into female basketball, and you sit there and all of a sudden this young lady crosses over. Okay, this young lady crosses over and the rim is not at 10. The rim is not at 10. The rim is now at 9. Now this young lady crosses over and goes baseline and goes boom. Not on a fast break, not coming down the court.
Just up and just bump.
And it's done.
I can see Asia Wilson doing something like that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
She will do it, and what's going to happen? I'm with my boys.
Everybody.
I'm done, and we're all going crazy. Oh my God.
Well, listen, I want to introduce you to my guy. Hey, Coach.
How we doing?
Good. How are you? So listen, everybody, for those of you who don't know, Alonzo Carter is a coach at it's Arizona or Arizona, right?
Yeah. You better not say that other one. You better get it right.
Arizona.
Say that other school. University of Arizona.
Famous about him. What's the most famous thing about you, Coach Carter?
I know how to talk. We're not doing that other one. You're trying to sneak. In my past, one of the things that I proudly did in my past, I was the lead choreographer for MC Hammer in the early 90s. Traveled the world a little bit before I got into coaching. Grammys, Oprah, American Music Awards, MTV Awards, all that good stuff.
Look at us with a celebrity showing up on Hits and Heels. Coach, thank you for coming on Hits and Heels. Appreciate you.
I was trying to get on my computer, it wasn't acting right, so I just did it.
Okay, no, you're fine. This is perfect. So I want to introduce you to my husband, Cisco Bryant.
How you doing, Coach?
How you doing, brother? It's a pleasure.
So I'm a member of.
You got my favorite team. You all right with me? We good. You got that 9.5. We all right.
Okay, so how I met Coach Carter last week. I got on a Zoom because I'm a member of they so stupid, I know. I got on a Zoom. It came across my text. I got on because I'm a member of the National Coalition of Minority
Football coach.
Coaches.
With females, it includes females.
And there's a couple of females on there, and so I'm one of the only females that was on there. And so I don't know how you picked me out. You even picked me out of all of it was like 150 people on there, Coach.
Yeah, we average between 150 to 200 coaches, minority coaches on the Zoom call. And Gervais Brown, which also was on it, I used to pick on her all the time. Her and Mickey Grace, which is now the assistant D-line coach at UConn, they were one of the original two females that used to be on our Zoom calls. So to see you on there, I'm like, okay, I don't want to make the mistake and assume, because I assumed that they were on there taking notes for maybe their significant other or something, and they both roasted me. They like, well, why we can't be coaches? Why we got to be on here for somebody else? And I was just like, well, excuse me. So we've been friends since 2020. So I didn't want to make that mistake twice with you. So when I seen you, I'm like, excuse me, are you a coach? And you was like, yes. I was like, okay, I don't want no problems. So I just
Hey,
wanted you
well,
to
Coach
introduce
Carter,
yourself.
I can relate to that when I heard Coach Bryant her to be my assistant head football coach,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to make it crystal clear she is not the team mom.
Right.
And then when people would go to the game, and all of a sudden she's doing her thing, and they go, "Oh, she's not a team mom." I said, "No, she helps with some of the paperwork, but she's not a team mom. She's here
She's a
because
coach. Yeah.
she's a coach."
Yeah, I'm glad I got a chance to meet her. She was very articulate. She was trying to act shy. I'm like, unmute yourself, introduce yourself, because I don't want no problems. I don't want no more
Well,
problems. So
I can tell you what that was about is because she is a student of the game, and
mhm.
she had her notepad out, and
That's wonderful. Yeah.
she was taking notes. And I mean, she's got pads of notes, and what I love what she does is, yes, she's here with me, and we're doing our thing, but my word always to her and any other coach, male or female, seek other coaches and see what they do, how they do.
100%. Yes.
And then the best, because she's amazed. I'll do it all the time. I'm constantly learning, and the greatest thing that Terry did is she's got that window of learning, because she will ask you a question on something, because if the way you're doing it ain't working, she will go, "Excuse me."
Well, we do these every month. You're welcome to come on. We've been doing them since 2020. We've had Eric Bieniemy, Hugh Jackson, Herm Edwards, Mike Locksley. We helped start it. I mean, Marcus Freeman,
Okay.
James Franklin. All those coaches have been on our Zoom calls, and we've had athletic directors. We've had, NFL head coaches, NFL female coaches on there. You name it, we do a once a month topic, and I try to showcase the men and the women in this business, and that's why when we go to Vegas next month to the National Coalition for Minority Football Coaches Conference, February 13th through 15th, you would see an array of that men and women coaches, strength coaches, on the field, off the field. It'd be a great 3-day conference that if anyone is interested, I advise you truly to show up for that. And the Zoom calls we do once a month, I can send out the link for members and non-members. So to see her on there, it was real good. And we will have another one in a couple of weeks. I'll even be doing a Zoom live at the AFCA Monday night at 5:30. With 6 head coaches on the stage and kind of doing the same thing. So I'm just trying to use my platform to help educate people on how to move up in this profession. I'm a former high school and junior college head coach, so I've been blessed to coach at every level. Now here I'm the assistant head coach at University of Arizona. I want to be a head coach again myself. So I'm taking notes just like everybody else. So anything that I can do to expand my knowledge and my information and share it, I enjoy it. I'm normally hosting, so when she said, "Can you come on?" I'm all sure I get to talk, but I have to host. I get to run my mouth. And I can make it another time that I'll come on here for a little bit longer. I know it's
Oh
late.
yeah, we'll give you your
I'll
own. I'll give you your own show,
anytime
Coach.
she come texting me today, talking about, can you make it on tonight? Come on, can I at least get a heads up?
No,
I went to the women's
I don't have a
basketball game.
script.
I was supporting
So
our
I don't
women's
ever want people thinking
basketball. Yeah.
about what they want to talk about.
Yeah, I was
So,
supporting our women's basketball team, and I just got home. But I would,
Okay.
anytime you want me on, I would love to come on, and
Oh,
whatever the
absolutely.
topic is, I chime in, and I think it's a great platform, and I appreciate you having me on here.
what the other my little other comment was it what you did was take me back a few years. She was at a coach's clinic in I think
In
Louisville, and he wasn't there. The Tennessee coach had just left, and he had a coach there, and all the coaches are in the audience, and she's sitting in the audience, and I'm biased, looking at all and she can look, and the coach of Tennessee, what was his name?
I forgot the one that just got fired before this one.
And
The one that got in trouble.
he said,
What are you doing?
He said, "What are you doing here?"
I can't think of his name.
Well,
I forgot his
the
name.
point is not to put him on the line,
Remember.
but the thing that I love is the acknowledgement of a lot of the male coaches about a female, and I love your statement in the beginning when the two young ladies said, "Oh, whoa, I got to be taking notes." So this is where coaching football has evolved to, and that's what makes it so exciting. That it does.
Let me tell you about that incident. So I went to it was a knock together year clinic, and it was in Louisville, and so it was some heavy hitters there. And the people that gave me the most luck was the Tennessee coach. He came up to me, it was early, and was like, "Well, what are you doing?" I said, I'm a coach. And he asked me for a story. And what I did, coach, was I said, "What you need to do is you need to recruit my son." And that was Ty was still in high school at that time. I showed him a couple of videos. He went back, talked to somebody, and he came back to me and was like, "I'm offering your son." And that's how our son offered to the University of Tennessee.
Yes, because Tennessee does not really recruit out of the state out of Lexington as much, even though they're right down the street. And they got a young man that's playing for them now, playing linebacker, but they don't really go after a lot in this area because everybody, and as a coach, assistant head coach, you have an area which you've been very good at. And if you go pick someone out of that different area, they did something special to get your attention.
What is your recruiting area, coach? Because you went to
originally I'm when I was at San Jose State prior to coming here, I was primarily California. So I used to always tease on my peers, if I get on a different logo and I can become national, y'all in trouble. So now I don't have my base obviously is still California, but I signed young men out of Houston and Dallas. I visited Louisiana. I was in North Carolina. So wherever if there's a running back, and you want me to check him out, give me a reason. I'll be right out there to Tennessee, wherever. So we have the range to do that. And then if it's not, because I'm the assistant head coach, I can get that information if it's a non-running back to the position coach. And we recruit nationally now. So it's been fun for me to finally get to recruit nationally because I get tired of people saying the guy from California. Well, my mother is born in Memphis, Tennessee. And my mother's side of the family, they still from there. And my dad's side of the family is from Troy, Alabama. So I'm originally, my family's from the South. So, and my auntie lives in Stone Mountain, Georgia. So I love coming to the South. I love coming out there to recruit. I don't like to get labeled as just a West Coast guy. So that's some of my best friends in this business are from the South. One of my best friends right now, Willie Simmons over at FIU. Me and him talk every day. Really good friend that I met through the Zoom calls. So Kevin Maurice, he was at North Carolina Central. Now he's at FAMU. Real close friends of mine. Tremaine Jackson, he just got the head coaching job at Prairie View. He was at Valdosta State. So a lot of my people that I talk to are in the South because I think it's important that you don't allow yourself to be labeled in this business because that can hinder you when it comes to your next job opportunity.
Well, when I talked to the coach of Tennessee, when my son got that offer, he told me that they did not recruit north of Birmingham.
Because they don't have to sometimes, because
Yeah.
the talent is so deep. And I can tell you that's some semi-true, but back when Tennessee was really, really good, they would take players out of California, because I know there was Kevin Simon, the linebacker that played at Tennessee, went to De La Salle High School, right here in the Bay Area, and he was a 3-year starter for them. And I think he still lives out there. I even had a young man when I was coaching at McClymonds High School in Oakland, took an official visit to Tennessee when Coach Fulmer was the head coach. He used to be everywhere. You know, I ended up getting a chance to meet him. So most of the schools figure in the SEC or the ACC, you know, talent is so rich in the South, they figure they don't have to go too far. But Najee Harris didn't end up at Alabama on an accident. You know, he's from California.
From
So some of
California.
them put, you know, the tight end from Georgia, you know, that first round draft pick with the Raiders. He's from
Yes.
Napa. He's from Napa, California. So, you know,
Mhm.
you have Brock Bowers. You
Right.
have players that will come from California to the South. You just got to have coaches that to know where they're looking and who to, you know, what trees to shake, so they're not just spinning their wheels wasting time, because there is a lot of talent in the South, and we understand that. We got a lot of respect for that, and we just want to make sure we have that. You got a question? Somebody saying, can you ask the coach how do
Mm-hmm.
you communicate with officials and how he like the officials to communicate with him? Always remember that this is a great question. When I was in junior college, I used to host 7-on-7 tournaments. And when you go 7-on-7 tournaments, you the ref now. So you got on the whistle. So now you the ref. And the way coaches act a fool and talk to you, they almost forget, hey man, this is me. What the hell is your problem? Don't make me take this whistle off. So just hosting tournaments and being a ref myself, you gotta remember them referees are people. You know, they're regular. If you want some out of them, you gotta talk to them a certain way and understand they're gonna make human mistakes. Their eyes are gonna miss calls, and sometimes we feel it's fixed. They trying to get us and all that. And then I remember when I was at San Jose, the refs used to dress when they would for the in our weight room. They would get dressed and come in and out, and they would come in with suits and look regular. And then when they come walk out, they got on their referee uniform. He was like, "Oh, I didn't even know that was a ref." So it just reminds me they're regular people just like us, just like officers or firemen, you know, or sheriffs. They regular people, you know. Some of my best friends is sheriff. My cousin was the sergeant of the Tucson Police Department. He's from Oakland, California. Still my cousin. You know, my best friend is a sheriff in Oakland, California. Still my best friend. So when I'm in this top, hey, Coach Carter, but when they see me in a regular collared polo shirt and some jeans, hey, you look familiar. I mean, like, it's the same person. So I think you got to remember when you're dealing with a ref, they're not gonna always be right, but how you communicate with them is important. Now, if they get a little, as I call it, spicy with you, communicating with you, there's levels to it, and you want respect, and you let them know, hey, man, you ain't gotta raise your voice to me now. I'm talking to you regular ref. You know, so you kind of got to have some dialogue. And we tend to get on the sideline ref all the time, like he or she is the person that's in charge. The white hat is the one in charge. And sometimes, depending on how you talking to that sideline ref, that white hat will wave you off and will not come talk to you. So you got to remember that the white hat is the person.
Oh, he said his internet was tripping because he was having a hard time coming on.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. But that was a good question, Sean Gurden, because I know that with you being an official, we give you a hard time. And if I've ever given you a hard time, I apologize. But it's usually all funny.
Don't be giving him no hard time. You can't give the refs a hard time.
Well,
Yeah.
Because he's a white hat, so he's not going to allow me.
But here's the thing that, like, in my years and all my years of coaching and being an official and being an umpire for many, many years, decades. The one thing I think somebody said to me is you allow coaches to say way more than other officials. I said, because they're not talking about me. They're just unhappy about the call.
Yeah.
If I attack them, it stays up. A lot of officials, they will get defensive automatically because they're feeling empowered. Okay, and I know you ran across that, and you like, if I don't have the right to ask you, I'm a man, you're a man, to ask you a question, and
Yep.
it's how I asked you. You're like, Mr. Official. If I start off Mr. Official, I don't see how that was a hold. That's just a question. That's not your character or anything about you. But a lot of officials, if you ask them anything, they seem to get very defensive quick, and that starts the ball rolling. And my philosophy as an official is I'm listening to how that coach asks the question. He ain't cussing, he ain't disrespecting me, and especially if he's not talking loud, if that makes sense.
That's real.
I mean, because if you're not, if a coach walks up to an official and goes, blah, 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 how do they know the people in the stands don't know I'm not asking if we're going out to dinner? And then the official will make a body language, and now everybody knows we're having a conflict. When I'm not walking up doing this to you. And I've always said that about officials is you don't need to attack me unless I'm attacking you. But if you invest, like how much time you've invested in your coaching? A lot. And when you invest in something, it's not hard. It's a little bit easier for you to get a little bit disturbed on certain calls because you've invested hours and hours away from your family, hours and hours away from your own kids. Mm-hmm. And not in closing, I just think a lot of times officials don't think of that this coach has been investing since May. You showed up in August.
And you whooped him. You made a bad call and killed this year.
Sean Burton wants to know, do you ever let the defense players hand the ball? And that answer is no.
Hold on. Let me.
The answer is no, Sean.
Hey, okay. Here's what this guy is actually a friend of mine. See, he's official, and my DBs, I coach defensive backs, and they'll throw a ball to a receiver 40 yards down the field. Mm-hmm. And then he will go get the ball, and I go, whoa, he better not pick up that ball. The only time a DB picks up a ball and hands it to a official if he intercepts it or picks up a fumble. If he picks that ball, he owes me 10 up downs. And that's what he's referring to.
Well, the offense is supposed to go get the ball. That's if they drop it.
Exactly.
Get that damn football.
So, Coach Carter, I wanted to make sure my husband knew that you were getting ready. That you are now my running backs mentor. Yeah.
She can come on. What I do.
I want him to make sure that he met you so that when I'm blowing you and talking to you all the time.
Yeah, because I don't want no problems, dog. I don't want no problems, brother. I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems, dog.
No. He knows who I'm talking to.
I don't want no problems.
I usually step off at this time, and it's true.
No.
Okay, but you ready? This is me. If the offense has the ball, this is me coaching high school. This is me all my years of coaching of 30-some years. If I saw you in the stands, Coach Carter, you are at a game here in Lexington, and I saw you, the offense has the ball, where would I go?
To go talk to Coach.
I will go talk to you. I do not pay attention to offense. I don't go in their meetings. I don't have no say-so. I am purely defense. I did not realize this.
I'd be so mad.
Even my players, I would walk up to my players on defense. I didn't know I did that. Like if you was an offensive guy, I would go, hey, what's up, Carter? And I'll be like, hey, what up, T? How's my dog? And I would
yeah. I'm guilty of that because when I was a head coach, I was also a defensive coordinator. And I would talk to the defense all the time. I didn't start coaching running backs till I got to college, to Division I. And on that note, for anybody that's listening, that's aspiring to be a Division I coach, Ron Gould, which is the running backs coach for the Los Angeles Rams, he was at Cal Berkeley back when Marshawn Lynch and all those guys were there. And I remember working his camp, and I was a DB guy. And he was like, no, you with me. I'm like, man, why do you keep making me come work this damn running back drills? He say, as a minority coach, it is very important for you, if you ever want to elevate, that you learn both sides of the football. And lo
Right.
and behold, when I got my first Division I job, it was for a position that I never coached other than working it at a camp. And I
Mm-hmm.
owe him for that. I've been coaching running backs now for 8 years, but I coach them with a defensive mentality. I teach them how to pre-snap read. They
Yeah.
understand fronts and IDs and all that stuff because
I
I'm
do.
my
And I can't
background
wait
is
to
on
learn all
defense.
that.
So
And,
she's gonna come. If you ever when we have spring ball, if she's on the Zoom, she's literally, you can sit in on it too, will be in my meeting room. And she's
well,
gonna see how we teach them. And you more than welcome to come in too, brother. It's no problem.
yeah, thank you, boss. And
Yes.
the thing about it, what she was about to say, is I know the offense. Trust me, I know
Hmm.
it from here to toe. And I have this tendency, the great legend himself, Nick Saban. I will go Nick Saban, my offensive coordinator. I will go there and go, whoa, why are we not throwing the ball to him? This is our beast. Why ain't he running the ball? Run the football. And what that said is, I was blessed to play both sides of the ball in high school. I went to college to play one side, and they moved me to the other side because we had injuries and guys getting kicked off. And I was very successful on that other side of the ball. And then I am the reason why my mindset is strictly defense because that's my passion. But being a receiver in college, I understand offense.
That's
And if you can
wonderful.
understand both sides of the ball, well, I
Yep.
usually, because she's going to wind this up, I usually leave. This is Hits and Hills. My baby lets me come on with her. It is very nice meeting you, Coach. I mean
Yeah.
that. I mean
No,
that a
it's a
lot.
pleasure, bro. I'll be back on. I would love to be on here earlier so I can talk more. And to
Oh, you
answer
will.
that question, who wins the college football championship and
Yeah,
why? I'm a little
yeah.
biased. I'm gonna
She's gonna
say,
stay with you a little bit, and I'm just gonna step off and let her do her. All right.
all right, brother. It's a pleasure.
All
It's
right.
a pleasure.
All
We'll
right.
talk. It's a
So,
pleasure.
Coach,
Yes.
who do you got for college football championship and why?
That's a trick question because I am real close friends with Marcus Freeman, James Franklin, and Coach Sark, Steve Sarkisian. So that's really tricky. My heart tells so I won't get myself in trouble.
I know, right?
I'm gonna just say the best man wins, the best team. If you make it after going through them rounds doing that, it's gonna the team that comes out on top of that really earned that championship
Absolutely.
because that's a tough draw. It starts tomorrow. Then you got a Final Four. Then you got a Final Two. Ohio
Hmm.
State. What they did. I'm real close with their Coach Locke, their running back coach. He's a close friend of mine as well. So I got friends on all four sides of it. So I don't want to pick because it'll be Zoe and them said blah blah was gonna win, and you never know is who is in them. They're just gonna say
Right.
Zoe and them said. So whoever wins, I think it's going to be history because it's that first time we've done it like this. But I do
The
have some
first time we're gonna,
biases.
I mean, and how exciting is it the first time we're getting ready to have a black coach in the
Yeah,
championship?
I did a interview about that the other day. So, and I'm real, like I said, I'm real close friends with James Franklin and Marcus Freeman, and
Hmm.
they're great. Yeah, they're great men. They always come on the Zoom calls. They always volunteer their time. So I'm wishing both of them the best. And like I said, I know Steve Sarkisian. I've been knowing him back since he was with USC with Pete Carroll.
Okay.
Just a wonderful individual, great person. I can call him a friend as well. So,
I want to meet
right.
his wife. I tried reaching out to her when we played at Texas, and
Mhm.
she didn't respond back because I wanted to meet his wife. Okay, one more question, and we'll get out of here. So, as a running back coach, what are your thoughts on Barkley not breaking Eric Dickerson's NFL records? What are
Well,
your thoughts on his
I'm
decision?
torn because first of all, I'm a huge Eric Dickerson fan because growing up, I was a huge O.J. Simpson fan, and Eric Dickerson broke his record, and it's a chance to make history. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. I get the why because you don't want to put the team at risk and any injury, but that's history, man. That's for the rest of his life. So had I been the coach, I'm not questioning the Eagles coach. He's the
Right.
NFL coach. I'm not questioning that, but I probably would have let him go for that record because that record is a lifetime achievement. And Eric Dickerson is one of the best to ever do it. So, I'm torn on that, but I would have liked to see him have a chance to break the record.
Oh, absolutely. So you already said the 49ers is your favorite team. What
Yes,
they doing?
49ers all day. We had an off year. We'll be back. Don't worry about it. We have a few injuries and we gotta heal up and get right. I actually did the minority internship with the 49ers, Shanahan's first year. He's
Mhm.
brilliant. He's a brilliant coach.
Yeah.
He's a great coach. Robert Sala, D'Amico Ryans, all of them were on that staff when I did it.
Mhm.
Coach McDaniel
We're with
he
Miami.
was on the offensive side. So to see all those guys branch off, John Embry's a good friend of mine. He's the tight ends coach with Miami, but he was
Mhm.
with the 49ers at the time. So to see all them branch off and now all do their thing, and that just shows you how strong of a team that was, and how strong of a staff that was. And they were all under Coach Shanahan, and he does a great job. Even Anthony Lynn was on that staff last year. Now he's with the Washington Commanders. So I just met a lot of people, growing up being a 49er fan and then getting to work and then
Oh,
meeting,
that's huge.
I met Ronnie Lott, I met Charles Haley, Keena Turner, those guys are like 49er legends. So I got a chance to meet some, and the Guy McIntyre, got a chance to meet some of those guys.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Now you went to down in Clarksville, right? The college you
So,
graduated.
well, I'm originally I'm from California. I went to
Where'd you
McClymonds
go to
High
college?
School,
Where'd you play?
Oakland, California. I went to Cal State Hayward University in
Wow.
Division II in the
Okay.
Bay Area. They call it Cal State East Bay now. I hate it. But Cal State Hayward University, Division II in Hayward, California. And that summer of 1989, that's when I had a chance to go on tour with the Budweiser Superfest, me with Mr. MC Hammer. I thought it was a little summer gig till I came back. And,
Never mind. We're gonna say that for when
and
when
yeah,
I
yeah,
got you on the whole
that's
time.
a whole. I can go about 2 hours on that, but yeah, but no, I'm from California, and like I say, when the only thing I'm saying when I did go on tour, that's when I had a chance to travel down south, meet my family, meet my dad for the first time, and
Oh,
meet a
wow.
lot of people that I've known. So I love coming down south now that I'm able to coach, and I'll be in Charlotte at the AFCA. So get a chance to come out to the southern states. It's always a pleasure to be out there.
Okay. So I think I've asked this to another coach. Who is the best running backs coach that you know besides you?
Oh, Ron Gould. To me, Ron Gould is one of the best to me I've ever seen do it.
And he's
He's with the LA Rams now. He was with UC Berkeley. He coached Marshawn Lynch, JJ
okay.
Arrington, Justin Forsett, Javid Best. Javid Best and um, Marshawn were first rounders. And then
Mhm.
JJ played for the Cardinals. Forsett played for the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Etchema got drafted. He played for the Minnesota Vikings. So I watched him do all that. He
And
went to
see.
Stanford, did the same thing over at Stanford, and then
Mhm.
from Stanford now he's in the NFL coaching the Rams, and just to watch him from a distance, and I love Coach Huff, the head coach for Southern Miss. I got a lot
Okay.
of respect for him when what he did at Alabama. That was very, very impressive
Oh, that
what he did.
where he just left
When he was the
Mark
running back, he was the running back coach for
at
had Najee
Alabama.
Harris,
Marshall.
Brandon, Jacobs, Josh Jacobs, and Damon Harris. He had some real dudes, and to be able to balance all them personalities and be able to still manage it and get them to play at a high level was impressive. Now he's a head coach at Southern Miss.
Southern
He
Miss.
just won the championship at
Yeah.
Marshall.
Mhm.
So I aspire to be him. I look up to him. He's somebody that I have a lot of respect for in the game, and what he's done as a running back coach now as a head coach is very impressive. And Coach Yak, David Johnson down at Florida State. That's my guy also.
Okay, I'm taking notes.
Hmm.
So every time I get off the Zoom, I have pages and pages of
Good.
notes. I think I love the breakout rooms. I
Yes.
love how you all have that set up. It's, you know, especially when you break it down, and there's always, I think, a running back room. And
Yeah,
I
you have to. Yeah, you let somebody speak.
sometimes I try to bounce, because sometimes I want to be, I think I want to be an offensive coordinator because I'm so critical sometimes. And I know that if I want to go to the next level, actually, I don't want to go to the next level. Coach, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how y'all do it now with the whole
It's hard.
NIL. I don't
Oh,
I
this
don't
is this.
have no
Like I
desire.
told you, this no break. We had the official signing day on December 4th, and since then we've had, we had the little Christmas break, but we've been dealing with portal visits,
Portal.
and I've
Yeah.
the last 4 nights straight, I've had to come from dinner and have, here I got right here this bag from Fleming Steakhouse. I'm so
Right.
tired of eating. I never thought I'd get tired of whining and dining at Fleming Steakhouse, but I'm like, tonight
Right.
I said, y'all got it. I can't do it tonight. I
Okay.
want no more steaks because it's just a lot of work. And then with NIL and revenue share, and people want you to talk to their agent and all this stuff. So it's a lot. It's a
It's a
lot.
lot. It's a lot. Well, I can't wait to bring you on so we can just break all that
Yeah, I
down.
give it all. Are you coming to Charlotte?
Last minute, sir.
Are you coming to Charlotte?
What day is Charlotte? Because
It's
okay, 'cause I've been invited. So there's a lot of women events that I get invited to as a speaker because of my hits and heels. So on February the 1st, I got invited to Dallas for it's the first sports moms conference. I don't know if you know about that. So the
No.
very first sports mom conference is in Dallas on February the 1st. And when is Charlotte?
That's coming up this Sunday. You ain't coming. You already
This
in
Sunday? No, I'm not coming.
Are you
And plus
coming
we
to
got,
Vegas?
plus we got a ton. I think we got like 10 inches of snow supposed to be coming. I think we got 10 inches of snow coming. So I don't know. So this Sunday is the AFCA. I had no idea. I know I'm not going to that because it's snow. Anyway, but Mr. Brown, thank you for being on. I saw your last question, but we're going to have Coach Carter on. Sean Burton, thank you for being on. All my other family, everybody else, thank y'all for being on. Ozon, Stacy, shout out everybody. Make sure y'all go and share this live. Go to my Facebook and go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe on Facebook. Add your friends and subscribe to YouTube, hitsandheels.com. We will have Coach Carter back on, and we're going to give him his whole show because y'all can tell that he is fun. He has really already helped me with the, if you have any other coaches, if you're not a part of the National Coalition of Minority Football Coaches, it's only $50. I mean, it's cheap. They're not charging enough for that, for the value that they are getting. I've been a part of it for I think about 2 years. I think I started in 2020.
Remember, high school coaches is $50 a year.
Only
You should be
$50 for high school coaches, and that
shameful if
yes,
you're not a member. Shameful. A lot of
yes,
information, a lot of great people, a lot of great guest speakers. People come on there all the time, male as well as female. We invite them all. We would love them to be part of this. I'm on the chair. I'm chair of the executive committee, so I'm always listening for new ideas and what we can do to make it better. But yes, like I said, you coming to Vegas, right?
I'm
Yeah, you
already
better
booked.
you better figure that out. February 13th through 15th. There's no way you better. I got one more Zoom call a month, like a week before that. Obviously,
Okay,
you'll get the link, but hopefully we get a chance to meet in person. Bring your
okay.
husband so he can see what it is. And
Get ready.
he will
I'm getting
love
ready to
it.
tell you. If
Yeah.
does he want to go to
Yeah,
Vegas?
yeah, you better bring him. And it's Valentine's weekend. Y'all can
And it's
cupcake and,
Valentine's
and
weekend
do some
too.
football. Y'all can get a double shot out of that. Make it a good weekend. We got events.
Okay.
Every time I get on here, everybody want to call me because I'm
Everybody
on
want
my
to party.
phone. But anyway, set me
Okay,
up
you're 2 hours behind, aren't you?
sometime in February, and I would love to come back on. And I tell you my schedule. I give you an hour, give you a strong hour and a half because I got stories.
I know you do. I can't wait. And I'm going to give you a strong hour and a half. Let's book.
Okay,
Let's
I
book
keep
it
on.
after the.
People keep trying to call me because I'm on my phone.
Okay, I'll let you go. We'll book it after. We'll book it after the event.
Can you hear me?
After.
You can hear me?
I can hear you. Mhm. We'll
Okay,
book it
well,
after this.
I can't hear you. I'm about
You
to
can't
go.
hear me? Okay.
Signing off. Good night. Thanks for
Thanks.
having me. All right.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all for hanging with us for another 2 hours. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next week.